I like to work in 3D medium. I think I have a pretty good mind for three-dimensional structure, and I'm also fascinated by light. So lamps, also fascinated by animals and the proportions of them, how that works. There was a challenge that a friend of mine posted online a few years ago. The challenge was simply to make something out of paper. I had a lamp in my home, like a hanging lamp in the entryway, and I really did not like the cover. It was a very cheap cover on it, so I decided to make one out of paper. It was just a geometric pattern, simple printer paper folded over, but I really liked how it turned out. Really, my background is not in art. I have no formal education in art. My background is actually in engineering. When I first moved to Boise, I was working at Micron as a semiconductor engineer. That isn't a background that I think translates well to art, you wouldn't think, but engineering does have some benefits when it comes to art. When it comes to shape and proportion, I don't have the artistic sensibility to say, take a lump of clay and shape it into something that, say, looks like a giraffe. However, I can take measurements off of pictures. I can build up an Excel spreadsheet that has different measurements all over it and use that as a stepping stone to start shaping out the structure of something. So it does end up looking, in the end, organic and natural and properly shaped. I do think sometimes that I should have gone to art school instead, that it would have enriched my art more, and I'm sure it would have. I think if I had, though, I would be doing different projects. And I don't know if that would be good or bad, but if it wasn't for an engineering background, I would not be doing projects like this, I don't think. I've always felt driven by creative projects, though. I tried writing at one point, creative writing. I've done some metal casting of just backyard metal casting of simple things like vegetables, simple patterns, mushrooms cast out very well. I've done some drawing lately and a little bit of painting within the last couple years. Inspiration is really something you can't search for very easily. It has to come to you. Nature, for sure, is an inspiration. Animals of all sorts, really. The proportions and how those proportions can be transformed into a work of art through sculpture. These particular pieces were done on a very short timeline. It was about a little over 2 months from when we first came up with the idea and started fabrication to the event where they were shown. So it was a marathon run to get them done. I'm happy that they came out pretty well. I'm happy that people got to see them. And I'm happy that they are still here, and I can continue working on them and refining them a little more so that they can be out for other events in the future. There is a great artistic community here in Boise. I think Boise is particularly accessible for amateur artists, up-and-coming artists. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. I mean, here at Jump, they've got events, couple events throughout the year, which they're always looking for collaborators, and that's how I first got started here, was just a couple of years ago. I think it's a matter of sanity. I think I really will go crazy if I'm not creating. It's an outlet I need. It's a distraction when things get difficult. It is something that makes me feel alive.